Forge Captain Kyle Becker and Mitch Houlahan bring you the Captain's Log on the Forge Audio Network.
These are better than I thought.
All right.
All right, well, I guess this is as good as time as any. Hey, how'd you feel about that episode last week? Nah, we're not starting like that. What is this, goof guy?
That would have been perfect, guy. I was ready to get right in there.
All right, then we're fine. Let's
Now
go.
we are rolling.
All right. So, show me that list.
I can't do it on command, buddy. It's I think I'm doing. I
Where
think
do you
I'm.
hear yourself
I
listed?
couldn't tell you. There's no specific thing, but there's hearing some interviews back or myself on this is like an immediate turn it off. I don't know what's happening. I think it might just be a mumbling situation, which I know for a fact that's been a problem in the old Kyle Becker life. Been called out for mumbling once or twice.
After listening to, because I had to listen to the old Louis B episode last week. If you haven't heard it, tune in. But I mean, that guy's speaking voice compared to us, and yours is good too. Honestly, I feel I'm listening to myself, and I'm like, speed it up here, fella.
Get a little urgency
in
there.
Get a little excited.
Get them out of. Get the words out of you, would you?
And then, like I said, I did not know how much I said the old podcast. I think it's just a nervous tick, but now I can't speak properly because I'm trying not to say it.
The words get all jammed up in my mouth. I can't say them no good. But Louis is unreal though. He's got an energy that I don't think either of us could. We can't compete with that. What does he do it for a living or something?
Yeah.
Honestly. Well, hey, how did it feel, Dave? How did it feel to have the old brother on the pod?
Well, that's his vibe. Eh? I went to CHCH yesterday, and I could hear him before I could see him, like in the hallways. I knew he was somewhere talking to someone, laughing at someone.
Oh, like he was just in the
story
open.
of my life. Like
he wasn't. I
couldn't even get a word in last week.
Yeah.
Like. I feel like we couldn't get a word in. He'll just go forever.
He commands a room. That's got to be tough on Thanksgivings and family holidays.
Gosh.
You're just sitting in the corner, silent.
He's interesting in a family gathering, but yeah, like story of my life. Couldn't get a word in. You know, he like just talks like it's not even like he doesn't even want to. You know what I mean? Like
that's pretty good.
Like I feel like he could like talk to someone like he doesn't like for 45 minutes just because that's like who he is.
That is impressive though.
It's like my mom, honestly.
Is that you think where he gets it from?
The ability to just talk to someone.
To talk nonsense.
Endlessly and still have something to say.
Well, he does it good.
It's an impressive trait for sure. I mean, that's probably a good trait to have if you're a newsman.
I mean, I'll tell you what, talking to Louis, you walk away and you got a little bit more pep in your step. Like, it makes you feel good. Yeah. Brings that energy. Yeah. He's got the tone. He's got all of it. He's doing something right. We're going to see him on CHCH, obviously, more and more, hopefully.
I can't wait for him to take over that morning show spot.
That's what you're tuning in for, huh? The rise of Louis B.
I'm gonna start sending out some rumors about the
old Tim,
that old guy. You need to get him out of there.
Start sending emails from fake email addresses.
Yeah,
you're calling up as an old lady.
Mitch is right.
I want Louis in there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they probably already do that. Honestly, you should have seen all the comments from like all the Kathys and the Sues and the Mary Anns. Like they're just loving our guy. But yeah, I'll pop in there. Like, come on, dude, Tim, move on, buddy. Next in line's ready.
Hey, I think we got to give a shout out to Tim though. Awesome. Tim's a big fan of the Forgers, and he's an icon. Hamilton staple.
Just kidding.
But I suppose it's the end of an era. Like so it's the end of this not era saga of you going on Max Access,
Sega Genesis,
and saying I was the better Butko.
Yeah,
which. Thank you. Then you went on Louis' podcast, and I thought you'd fold.
No.
I thought you were going to crumple up and fold.
No.
And be like, you're the better Butko. But you stuck up for me.
Yeah, boom.
You stuck up for me.
Come on, guy. You thought I was going to fold that easily? Just on the morning show couch? Are you kidding me? Zero faith in the pod.
Zero faith. And then he's on our show, so we can close that chapter now.
See, it seems like
we don't have to talk
seems
about
like
Louis.
we're the ones who are driving the bus now, Louis. We are the captains.
So, better bucko. Settle.
Boom. Put a fork in it. That's the saying, right?
I think so.
All right. Yeah. All right, Mitchie, what do we got for us, buddy?
Well, how about we start off with the old kickabout? How about this picture here,
buddy?
If you're not watching this on the YouTubes, you got to tune in to see this. Just an all-time.
That's
pick.
good. That's good. That's this. We're getting to the literally the moment that I've always wanted to do. Just 2-footing my kid playing soccer in a field.
Yeah, right after this photo was taken,
he looks like he's gonna absolutely dummy me though.
Oh yeah, no, you can already tell the body language. He's way harder than you are. Like he's ready for that contact. He's not flinching like Captain.
He wants it more. He wants it more. 100%. I'm jumping out of that tackle.
For those just tuning in on the radio, it's just a cute little photo of Benny Becker and Papa playing in the park.
Papa
playing soccer,
having a kickabout. That was good. That was first one.
First kickabout, huh? Did you tell him about when you were like 12 and you used to just rip bombs at your mom's head in the backyard?
No, we haven't got to that phase yet, but I'm pretty sure Granny's looking forward to it, dude. She's looking sprightly running after this guy. She's still got the hands. Oh, I think so. There's been a lot of firsts in the last year and a bit, but in this last year and a half since Benny was born, I've seen my mom run for the first time in my life that I can actually remember. Obviously, she ran around with us when we were little, but zero memory of it. Never seen it ever. And she does not do much to change the narrative. She's just like, yeah, why would I run? Don't have to. I'm good. Great form. Unreal. She's an athlete. I think that's where we get it from. My dad's just been taking all the credit all these years because he's just out in the open doing it. But I don't know.
That's the athlete, but she's graceful.
I think she's got the coordination down.
No, it had to come from somewhere.
100%. But yeah, I think Benny's gonna be ripping some shots and some clappers in the backyard soon enough. So it'll be good.
Yeah, that's great. All right. Well, like we said, down to 4 games left in the season, so we're gonna be tuned in real tight to this title race. Hey, did you see what see this branding on the old? We've been talking about Mad Men a lot lately.
Yeah.
And marketing and ideas because you think you could be Don Draper.
Okay, now you're just putting words in my mouth. I've never once said that, but all right.
No, you said you love Don Draper. You want to be him.
The part of the story that I don't get is you've absolutely gone on a limb and said this show is great. So we have a big trip to Vancouver this past weekend where the boys clinched the playoff spot, which is huge. But yeah, so long trip out to Vancouver, about 4.5, 5 hour trip. So boom, gonna get involved, watch some Mad Men. Crap. Not for me. Dude, this entire time, I've thought this was like a big time HBO level show. Was this on ABC on Thursday nights at 6 o'clock?
Yeah, it's like a pretend good show. But that you just pop around in the background, you tune in. It's keeps rolling. A couple seasons later, you see him talk about some Roger Sterling's popping in there. Yeah, no, it's terrible. I love it.
Have you smashed all of it now? At this point,
I mean, it's played from start to finish. I probably watched 10% of it.
That counts. But it's I don't know. I think if people are putting Mad Men in their top 5, they might need to come on the show and show their work because I don't know. I'm not buying it.
And the only normal person in that show is Peggy, just a real person. They're all the fakest character.
I think that's the part that all of Don Draper's little minions who want to be like him. They're all walking around acting all tough. How did no one just punch him in the face? Like, get out of here. You got the little schmuck walking around smoking a corncob pipe. Like, dude, you're 23 years old. Who do you think you are? Kick rocks.
All right, enough of that. As I was saying, a couple different tangents there. That was great.
That's what the radio's all about.
We're gonna be diving closer into each game, because if I know anything, it's that people want to hear in-depth analysis 5 days after the game.
Dude, if I know sports,
they cannot wait.
If I know sports, everyone has been hanging on an absolute thread. Waiting to hear how we're gonna break this one down.
It's yeah, makes sense that Sports Center happens in the morning,
not weekly at Thursday nights at 8 to come out on a Friday morning.
Tune in. Yeah, it's like news back in the 20s or something. Hey. It's like 1 hour of 4.
We know it's a saturated environment. We don't want to overcrowd it.
What do you even remember from the game against Vancouver?
Remember every second.
You actually do. When I was listening to the last one, when you and Dave's brother.
We don't call him by his name anymore because we settled the Bucko debate. Now it's Dave's brother.
Yeah, we're talking. I
like that.
Yeah, when you guys were talking about the bubble and you like remembered that Novak scored the first goal and things like from that that was 4 years ago. Mm. I don't even remember like Novak was on the team. I don't even know what that guy looks like anymore.
Buddy.
My sports memory is we need to introduce the second Captain's Log pod a week. Do that recap. I think we should try it in this final title race, few games. But anyways, let's get into the game.
Yep.
Actually, one nice thing that I did this week, maybe this will be a recurring thing. Just taking a couple notes during the game.
That's professionalism, baby.
And
we're gonna go over them. You got it.
About notes? What do you know about notes?
My note taking was poor, to say the least. I was a highlight the entire page kind of guy. It all seemed important. I'll get back to this.
Like if I highlight this, it will.
It's just
that's not going.
Just
anywhere.
Get it right in there. It's a steel trap, buddy. Steel trap.
Yeah. So how about this prediction though? At the start of the game, I was just thinking like,
my headphone just popped out. It's all right.
Just a real consummate amateur over here.
Real piece of work.
All right. So like at the start of the game, I was like, Choinière and Borges, wingers, like, is there a slicker duo than that? And I actually wrote in my notes, I said, can't you just imagine Choinière and Borges just slaying? And then not, too much longer after that, these guys just take over the game.
Where the did that come from?
If you want to see timestamp too, that was a real note. Then after that, we had Cisse touches. Yeah. I remember that one. I think the ball came out from the keep, and he just did a little like juggle and knocked it on. Yeah. It was a nothing moment. That wouldn't make it into a pack on any highlight show.
I will say this though. I would like to speak to whoever makes the highlight packs of soccer games. I know it's not at the forefront of any of our sports news broadcasting things, Sports Center, Sportsnet, whatever. But the way they pick and choose a highlight pack from a game that they choose to put on is outrageous.
Yeah. Why? What do you think?
Guy, it's not like there's 14 goals in a soccer game. You'll get a Champions League game, and they're like, oh, we're going to the Real Madrid game. And let's just say it ends 4-2. They'll play the first goal, and they'll jump, and it's 4-1 all of a sudden, or 3-2 or something. They just jump to the end of it. Yep, here's another one. Easy win.
What, you think, from CPL games?
No. I'm just saying in general. Or CPL games, too. Like I was watching
like Sports Center highlights?
I was watching the Canadian Championship highlights from the TFC Vancouver final on Wednesday night.
Yeah,
they're playing the game, and all of a sudden, without any sort of cut, the game ends, and it's Insigne lining up to take the first PK in the shootout. There's not even a mention like we're going to the shootout. It's crazy.
There's definitely times where you like the soccer highlight packs. It's like, they know where they stand on the time slot.
But what? And I get that's what I'm saying. I'm not like dumb. I get it, but it's like
a 3-2. Yeah,
you're also not giving it like you're not putting the best foot forward to give a proper highlight pack. Like you could do the same duration of the highlights and just put better stuff in it.
Saying.
Like they'll literally show a clip where it's like long ball to no one, nailed it. How the hell did that make it in?
I know, especially because what were the best things of all time? The old footy tubes.
Oh, the OG extended highlights after a game came out, when it's like
a nice 18-minute game
with all the crowd noise, everything's getting crazy. You're getting the real like full commentary clips in there. Iconic. Yeah. That's the best.
Yeah,
like we get it. We understand why. Just should be better.
So then nice Choinière goal from Borgi.
Yeah, great talk. Those guys, Borges, Choinière, they've been great all season. It's nice to see them combining that little triangle of Borges, Cisse, Choinière, movement off the right. And then it's just a classic play. You get into that extended half space, which is like that area outside the 6-yard box and the 18. That little gap, you get down there, goals happen. Cutbacks, crosses, back post, whatever. Historically, if you look across all the games in the world, you get into those places over and over and over, you're going to score goals. And that's something we work on week in and week out. So Borges making that run, Cisse finding him, a little cut back to Dav, and Dav just having the patience to kind of wait out the goalie, and just a little tucksy back post. It's great.
Yeah.
It's what you need after a long flight. It was a quick turnaround. We flew in. We got late Friday, so another long travel day. It's tough to get the old legs going after that. I heard this recently. I don't know if read it in a book. I don't know if you know that, but I read sometimes. Guys, so apparently for every hour you travel, like every hour in the time change, it's a full day recovery for your body to feel normal. So 3-hour time difference to Vancouver. It would take you 3 days to acclimate to the time and not feel groggy and jet lagged.
That can't be scientific. What book did you read that in?
Apparently it's a thing.
All right.
I swear.
Yeah. You really, I'm sure you took great notes from whatever book that was.
All right, buddy. This is what we're gonna do after this. I'm gonna find the.
The clip. What?
So
every hour you fly, it's
the time change. The time change. So if there's
every hour of time change, that's how many days you need to recover.
To acclimate. Not necessarily recover, but like for your body to like get on that time.
I don't know.
Okay, you've never had a vegetable in your life. What do you know about this?
A vegetable?
Peak fitness over here.
What is that? Oh, okay. Oh, we're talking top fitness athletes here. So that's what you're attesting to.
No, but I'm just saying it's a quick turnaround. It's a long flight, and it's difficult to get the legs going. But then you get a goal like that in the first half, and it settles the boys right down. That was long-winded explanation.
Here's a counterpoint. Here's a counterpoint to that brilliant tidbit you just gave us. I mean, I haven't traveled. I'll give you. I don't travel as much as you. But I have never felt jet lag in my life.
That is absolute. That's a lie. That's a lie.
It's not. Everyone talks about it like, oh, jet lag. I can't show up to work today. What do you mean? You just I don't get it. You're just going to another place. Like if I sat on my couch for 6 hours and got up and just went on with my day, how's it different?
All right.
And then it's like, does everyone in the world go to bed at the same time every night? You can't stay up a couple hours later and just be thrown off. I don't know. I'm not a jet lag guy.
God, this is so good because I know deep down, you truly believe this, that jet lag is made up.
I don't think it's made up. I think maybe I'm just really strong. You're talking about
peak physical fitness. Yeah. This guy's got grit coming out the wazoo. Unreal.
Yeah, it's really jet lag's a mindset.
Yeah, hey, unreal. Good take.
All right,
we'll get to the bottom of jet lag another day.
What I was gonna say is last week you guys lost 3-0.
Yeah,
and I think this was a big one. This is gonna be tough to get through this episode without saying the old. But that actually made sense because you're the old captain. Comes back in the lineup and sets the tone. Gets a big win.
Yeah. No, it was good.
Anyways,
I think we scored 3 really good goals too.
All right, so my next note after the Choinière goal is just said "ref in the way."
Oh, is that the one in the second half when the ball gets played through, or it might even be in the first half? Can't really remember. No, second half. Ball gets played into.
But I think it happened to you.
Yeah,
I think
ball got played into the middle of the field, and it's like between me and the ref. But like the ref is running towards the ball, and I'm going to get in there. And there's a new rule where if the ref interferes with the play, like the play just immediately stopped dead. So like if we make a pass, hits the ref, calls it. Especially,
but it didn't touch
him, but he blocked me from getting the ball, and then he just goes play on, and they get a chance. And after he's like, I just couldn't get out of the way. I was like,
but that's fair play, isn't it?
How? I would have had the
ball. I don't think the rule, like he can bump you if he wants to.
He can't. But speaking of refs being bumped,
I think it's just the ball.
We're gonna have to add this into the pod, and I have it somewhere either on my phone or my computer. Dave will get it stitched in after. But for those back home, guy, I have a video in North Carolina, and it is the worst fall I've ever had in my career. But I'm dribbling through the middle of the field, and the ref just can't get out of the way, and we're running in the same direction, and he bodies the shit out of me. Lose the ball, they go the other way, and I'm just on the ground like. Just flat on the ground like an absolute bag.
Too?
I was dribbling, and I'm just laying on the ground like an absolute bag of milk. And the ref's like, "Sorry, man, nothing I could do. You ran into me." It was unreal. That's a good clip. We'll get that in there.
Yeah, he was like, "Maybe drink your muscle milk, buddy." Betty Banga, Meg.
Oh,
but just play.
He was.
That's what I had. Betty Banga, Meg, but just play.
Yeah, I know.
I think he could have kept going.
Yeah, but he was.
But you liked the kick into the bench.
I did like the kick into the bench. I don't think anyone on their team did, but I thought it was hilarious. Yeah, he was giving it to their right back, and he was having some fun. Yeah. Obviously, he was feeling it that day. But that Meg was outrageous. Just had him posted up, give him the old drag back through the legs.
And the two guys just draped off him.
And that guy was all over his shirt. Outrageous that they didn't call the foul.
Listen to this.
Hilarious that he smashed it into the bench.
How about this? My notes were pretty good from the game, not going to lie. How about this? I think if you're shit and grab someone, obviously it's yellow.
That's all right. I see what you're saying.
That must have been, I don't know what play specifically that was for, but I think it was around that left side.
There was a lot of grappling on Benny after he did that, because then, now obviously that was going on. He was feeling himself, so he started taking people on. It was great. And it's always funny when that happens, because we usually have like rotations where we swing it from side to side. Yeah. And every time I just kept giving the ball back to Benny to let him torch the kid. It was great.
Yeah, I think I have a note on that later.
Yeah, classic mess around.
This is kind of like a Forge diary.
Tune in weekly
because
for Mitch's Forge diary.
My notes are starting to stray from like gameplay.
Just thoughts, hopes, and dreams.
So then I go, this ref might not be bad, but he looks bad.
So me and this ref have a history.
I thought so.
He's the one who gave me the red card in that Calgary game when the ball came over my head. Yeah. I went to take it down, and they said I.
Oh yeah,
he
gave you the
Funny
the red.
Enough, so in this game, their guy ball gets played over his head, and Benny comes in, goes to head it, high foot like right into his chest.
Oh, like early on, right?
Literally the identical play.
Card. I would say 10 times worse than yours
because he actually kicked through him. But all of us players were like, yeah, he was just making a play. Like he wasn't trying to kick through Benny's face.
Yeah.
logical. But the best part is the same ref, so right away I go to him like, feel like we've seen this one before. He's like, no, come on, Kyle, come on. All right, buddy. If you can't laugh at yourself, huh?
Yeah. My next point was he looks like someone that I know I'm getting a red off of.
Yeah, old tennis ball head. Yeah.
You just can't keep, some refs you just can't keep your mouth shut as much as you want to.
Unreal. I've gotten, I will say this, I've gotten infinitely better at my chirps to refs in games.
I mean, so how is it like 5 years now, like just same guys over and over again? Like,
I'm going to be honest, I wish the relationship was better, but it's still hostile throughout the league. But you
just keep sounding off.
No, it's not even me. I'm saying, like, I wish the relationship with guys who've been in the league for as long as they've had, even if it's like 2-3 years, it should be significantly better. And I think there's a way to go on both sides to build that relationship. It's been difficult. I think there's a lot of things that go into it. Questionable calls, obviously, young players in the way that we carry ourselves in talking to the refs. Like, players have to put their hands up and take some accountability in it too, myself included. But there's still a dynamic that is it's still hot. Still hot.
Like there's an attitude both ways.
Oh, yeah. Because it feels very like game by game, like, everyone's acting all brand new all the time, and then it like, we're gonna be chummy for 5 seconds, and then you're gonna do something, and someone just pops off. It's impossible.
Yeah,
but
and it's like, because when there's like it can't be like refs against the teams. Like, like when there's games when you just like have a good guy, like it's better.
Yeah, and it's
better for the game.
You just don't ever want to have to talk about it, and I think it's like no one wants to be, as a ref, you should just be like, I don't want to even be seen, heard, or talked about.
Yeah, this is my favorite. This is how I rank refs. One time in an indoor game,
this is good.
There's this real old Italian guy who was reffing us, and the ball was out, like just on the side for a kick in. Our goalie runs and knocks it to me down the line, and it just stayed like 2 feet out the whole time. Like it didn't come in, like just right up against the net. And then I just like took it and played on, and he left it. And he's my favorite ref. And I went up to him. I was like, I love that you let that go. The guys that call that back and like come on, it's a co-ed Sunday night game here, buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he said, hey, you got to know the spirit of the game.
Who's this philosopher ref you had?
I don't know, but it's true. Like all those stupid little calls and things that is just like, it just seems like they're trying to let you know that they like can make that call. It's like that's not a part of the spirit of the game.
I'll say a big thing, and I don't know if I'm really going to be able to articulate this properly and get you to understand what I mean. But a ref who knows when and when not to blow his whistle for like things that are clearly like are going to come back is, I feel like, sets a big tone in how they're going to be.
Yeah, for sure.
Like a classic.
And when everyone gets it, like when everyone, because then like it just forces everyone, like that was a good decision. Like I could argue that, but it was a good decision.
Like a classic one, when a forward and a center back, like a long ball gets played over the top, it's not right beside the corner flag, but it's like not right beside the net either. And they're having a little jostle, and inevitably the forward will foul the center back right before the ball goes out of bounds.
Right.
Don't call it a foul. It's unless you're going to give him a yellow card, like if he like absolutely takes a chunk out of him. If they're just having a stupid little bicker and a little tussle and the ball goes out, just leave it, call it a goal kick. Because the second you freak out, you're like, oh, foul, I'm setting the tone. But then you're not going to speak to the guy, you're not going to give him a yellow card because it really ultimately wasn't that bad of a foul. You've now put the team in a worse position having the ball. Like it's a disadvantage for that to be a foul.
Yeah.
And I think that's just something if you're going to read the game properly or not.
That's a great example for sure. What do you think of this? What do you think of this one?
We're just a couple of Rob Lowe's right now. Just got our ref hats
on. So we had a ref. This was outdoor, and guy comes down and like whatever is like takes a shot or something and goes off our goalie and goes out corner, obviously a corner. Gives us a goal kick because whatever, he didn't see it. He's probably like in the other half. Everyone's like yelling at him from the other team, and then like, but he was good, and he's like whatever, like sorry guys, I missed it. I love when refs are like, I'm gonna get everything right. Like they can laugh at themselves too. But anyways, then like 10 minutes later, we're like they had a corner, send it in, they like just miss a shot and it goes out. And he calls another corner, and he's like, "Nope, I made the other mistake. You get the corner." No. And he just gave them a corner. I'm like, "Yeah, you can't. Yeah. You got to be a little more inconspicuous than that. You can't do a makeup call like that."
Let him go again, guys.
He's like, "No, one for one."
That's awful. And then someone will inevitably snap, swear at him, and then he'll get a 45-game suspension in men's league and be banned from the league because he said, "Hey ref, you're fat."
All right, back to the game. The next thing I got here is Benny bullied 25.
Yeah, wouldn't that have been right after the old Meg and smash into the
Yeah,
bench?
I think so. But I just slipped in a couple ref comments.
Yeah.
Which
so
it was
right
pretty
after
close,
that,
and
that's when we just kept feeding him the rock and just letting him have a day.
Yeah. All right. What do you think of this one? Hoj is making it look easy in there.
He's I would say the last like 4 or 5 games since the TFC game, Ali's been very good for us. I think he's been big and kind of controlling the tempo. He's been spraying the ball really well. His passing's been fantastic. He's been kind of getting all the ball turning, knowing when to drive, knowing when to pass. He's been really good. So it's been great watching him see him play with this confidence. But he's a big, like the 6 for us is a huge role, and obviously Ali he's great. I think he has a great range of passing, and when he's on, he can dictate the tempo, and he's huge.
I mean, you play in that spot too, obviously. Like, what's the difference between like when you're making it look easy and when you got to battle?
I would say a big thing is.
Like, because in that game, too, if you're not, like, really, like, Hoj didn't stand out, but he was, like, just unreal to me. But it's, like, under the radar.
Yeah, a big thing in the 6th position is the majority of people who watch games will never realize that you're making the whole team tick. That's, like, the biggest thing. You're never going to get any of the accolades. You're always, like, starting the attack or breaking things up, kind of dictating the tempo of things. A huge one, too, is when the game is just getting a little chaotic and it's like multi-transitions, is being able to put your foot on the ball, calm it down, get the boys to just kind of move it side to side a few times and just literally just facilitate.
Yeah.
Eddie always calls himself Morgan Sachs. He's just lending it. And so you're just in there and it's simple. It's like, it's knowing when to kind of stretch a pass, break a few lines, knowing when to just bounce it, draw a team out to create the gaps in behind, which is huge. But, for us too, is we like to create a ton of overload. So when the ball comes back to Ali, if he can kind of hit that diag, let's say if it's coming from the right side, ball out to Benny and letting Benny go one-on-one higher up the field is huge. And he's been doing it brilliantly. I think one of his better games in a long time was Pacific a few games ago. Obviously Noah got all the headlines with a couple of bangers he hit, but for large points to that game, Ali was running the show.
Yeah, he's running the show. How old is he?
I couldn't tell you. I always forget. I think he might be like 24.
He's good. MVP David.
He's your MVP of the game.
Yeah, and I called it before that. I was calling everything. I was on point before they actually gave him the MVP.
Oh, nice! He actually got it.
Yeah, he actually did.
Did you like that little subtle pass off the shoulder so Noah could run through? On that last goal
from
Choinière, your MVP.
I didn't see that, but I did see this. I'll jump down a little bit. Borges did an ass pass.
Yeah, you said that after the game. I actually missed that.
You didn't see it? We'll have to pull her up.
We'll find the clip.
Actually, yeah, you got to see this because I saw it just on the replay, and I wanted you to ask him after. It's like if he did it intentionally, if we're just trying to get out of the way. But it looked like U10 summer camp. You learned that you can do the funny bounce off the ass pass. Yeah. He actually did it.
Nice.
It looked like he was smiling, like he enjoyed it.
Like he knew what he was doing. A little cheeky pass, if you will.
All right, Dave. I just marked the clip because I want to find it. And we're almost done here. Which goal was it? This one here.
Oh,
did you see that?
I think that was more so he was trying to get out of the way.
Just wait for the replay.
You think he gave it a little replay? We'll watch it again.
Here we go.
Yeah, I think that's going to be one where he might claim it. I don't know. I think he was just trying to get out of the way.
Look at this.
Yeah, he kind of like bounces. I know what you're saying.
There's a replay from another angle. Dave, I'll have to slot that in later. But I think I could see it in his eyes. He was feeling it. And Dave you should have buried that too.
Yeah. He could have.
That was a huge save, though.
Yeah.
That was actually a crazy save. At least it was a huge save, so that the ass pass will still like get some highlight play.
So we don't even get the whole. Well, this is the other thing in the highlight package you missed for the first goal. I think we had something like 24 passes in build up before we scored, just moving them side to side, creating that space, which is nice. And the second one, was Benny's, right? Yeah. Second one was great. Nice little diag, great not finish. A big deal. But Choinière absolutely megging the shit out of their defender. And I thought this guy was going to go back and try and do it again. Then he played it, I think to Borges, and he kind of just like cycled it again, but 100% just because he was feeling himself. I thought he was going to go back and try and take the defender on again, which would have been silly because he beat him. But then the ball ends up great cutback, unreal finish from Benny, top of the box, getting that on target. Goalie got a hand to it, but I think he struck it so well. It was nice to see that one go in. Yeah. And then the third goal was unreal.
Yeah, this is a full. Okay, so this is honestly, I think we got to do this. You know what? I'll start watching games.
All right, if you're gonna twist my arm, guys, I'll tune in.
Nah, come on, we're just kidding. But listen to this. To your last point there. There was I actually remember what this was from too. Oh no, I skipped over a couple that were good, but I'll just read them quickly. I had hard day at the office for ramen's noodles, and 10 comes back in and rights the ship. But then at the end of the game, their coach, like it was on a hot mic when he gave Bobby a belly slap, and he said, "You guys played a perfect game."
Come on,
yeah, caught him.
It's always nice when you get the old compliments from your peers.
Yeah, he seems like a good guy.
Yeah, I think he's decent. I don't know too much about him, to be honest, but he seems like a nice guy.
Yep. So first team into the playoffs, first team to clinch.
Yeah.
As we forge ahead. Choinière also had a great, we'll find this clip after too and put it in, but he had a great post-game interview. He was like just talking about how obviously needed the bounce back, and he's like, "We did the reverse to Vancouver." From the week before. It was great.
He's hilarious.
Sorry for that wicked French accent. Yep, Choinière. And then last was the outcome, because it came up at the end. Yeah. Everyone get ready for the final day. The outcome.
Yeah, big one tomorrow though. Against the old rivals, another chapter in the 905 Derby.
Yep.
It's a big one. The last game we played was a pretty cagey 0-0 at away to York. So we need to keep this train rolling. I think it's something we've obviously said on here a few times in a row, but easier said than done to consistently be picking up 3 points. But we've been fantastic at home, so hoping to see a nice crowd out of Tim Hortons Field, out of the Donut Box for a nice little Saturday evening 90 minutes of football.
How did that just happen? We're an hour in. It was great. Yeah, no, we're not back. We're getting some crickets.
What about now?
Now you're coming through the computer.
All right. Perfect ending as usual. Thanks for listening.
What about now? Oh, I hit the wrong thing. God damn
it. It doesn't sound like your mic's on.
The wheels are coming off, boys. I jammed the mic up. We're jammed. It's all jammed.
All right. Good up.
This was The Captain's Log with Kyle Becker and Mitch Houlahan. The guys will drop another episode sometime, whenever they get to it. In the meantime, we would love and appreciate for you to like, follow, subscribe, click on the little bell, do all the things in all the places you get entertained, and you'll find more of this type of content. And that also means we get to spend more time together on the Forge Audio Network.